Hi, my name's Callan Foster, and I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I'm a power pop artist, and this first song I'm going to play is called Apology. It's going to be coming out hopefully soon. Darling, they should put a sticker on you with a picture of a broken glass. Darling, they should put you in a ivory dress with a target on your back. Here's my apology to the girl or the guy I love. You're so much better than me, I know I'll never be enough. Darling, I wish I could always be the column in the temple of your mind. Darling, I wish I could be a little bit more like you. A little bit more like you and your kind. Here's my apology to the girl or the guy I love. You're so much better than me, I know I'll never be enough.
Hi, I'm Sydney Rednick. I am the music journalist here on Loud and Clear, and today I'm sitting down with Callan Foster to tell us a little bit more about his music. So can you tell us about how you got your start? What inspired you to get started in your music?
Well, I guess my first inspiration came from, I guess kids always like when you're a little kid, you're always making songs. You're always, everyone's always humming when they're little kids, just like making up songs like about whatever they're doing. And I guess I just never really stopped doing that. Like, especially like when I was little and I was going through my dad's box of DVDs and I found the Yellow Submarine, the Beatles movie. And it's like, cartoon
Classic.
animated cover. And I'm like, oh, this is like a kid's movie. And he's like, that's not for kids. And I'm like, I want to watch it. And he was like, I don't think you're going to like it. And we watched it and that was it. I was hooked.
And so you've just continued on from there.
Yeah.
What was like middle school, high school? What was that experience like? What'd you do?
So I went to, when I was really young, I started doing like kind of like classical piano lessons and that wasn't really for me. And then I started just kind of teaching myself various instruments here and there, but not really like anything serious. And then like I would say like at the start of middle school, I decided like I wanted to be a drummer. Like that was my thing. I was gonna play the drums. And I begged my parents like, can I please take drum lessons? Can I please take drum lessons? And they were like really hesitant, but then this place opened up nearby that did drum lessons. And they're like, okay, you can do it. And that was really when I got my start doing like more contemporary music stuff.
Gotcha. So you started with drums. You've clearly got the guitar skills. So when did guitar kind of come into play?
Guitar came into play when I was like maybe 13 or 14 when I realized, maybe like 12 or 13 when I realized that you can't write like power pop tunes on drums. And so that's, I picked up guitar. I always loved the Beatles, always saw John and George up playing guitar and was like, I want to do that. So my dad had a guitar. My dad's pretty musical and just had stuff lying around the house always. So and also Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock was a big inspiration.
God. I love that game so much.
Such a good game.
This next song is called Insult to Injury. Most things go over my head. Nothing sticks, nothing stays. Most things get older then. Nothing matters anyway. But you're still losing at this game. Who can tell what's butter or what's fame? All this time I thought you knew nothing else depends on you. What else can you do? It'll always be a mystery. Insult to injury. Most people need to rest, staying calm, nothing's wrong. Most people know it best, must be strong and I'll play along. But you still need me in this way. Well, if I knew the answer, what else could I say? All this talk and all this pain, take a listen to the rain. Who knows what they'll say? There'll always be a mystery, insult to injury. I once thought that I had got it made. All I really needed was some faith. Now I see you here in front of me. You're everything that I could ever need. All this time I thought you knew nothing else depends on you. What else can you do? It'll always be a mystery, insult to injure, insult to injure, insult to injury.
Yeah, can you talk about, you keep mentioning power pop. Can you talk a little bit about what that genre means for you and like how you're influenced by it?
Oh boy, don't get me started with power pop because I will keep going.
Okay.
I mean, well, if I'm defining power pop, I would say it's not. It's something that you like. You know it when you see it,
Sure.
or I guess when you hear it. It's jangly guitar, 3-part harmonies, under 3 minutes and 30 seconds, upbeat. Usually has like is in the key of E or G or D or something. Usually has like a 12-string Rickenbacker.
Yeah.
I don't know, stuff like there's a whole list. It doesn't have to check all those boxes, but it can check some. And definitely everyone who plays power pop is a huge Beatles fan.
Yeah.
I think liking power pop is one's way of showing to the world like, hey, I like the Beatles this much. But yeah, and it's also just kind of this framework that I feel like people can take and kind of play around with. I think
Sure.
it's kind of like this common thing that everyone who's in that community knows. They know like all of those, the checklist.
Yeah.
And I think what's cool about it isn't checking off all those boxes, but it's checking off some of them and finding new creative ways to play within that framework.
Love that. So you released an EP in this past May. Does power pop play into that? Can you tell us a little bit about your favorite songs, anything that's like sticks out to you, recording, just
For
being
sure.
in the studio, yeah.
Yeah, so that EP was that was a result of me just being antsy to get some music I'd
That's
been
fair.
working on out, because I'd put out a full album before that, and I feel like that album was still me trying to figure out how to do music.
Mm-hmm.
And so by my EP Granola Era was really kind of my first release that I was really like, I was intentional about everything on this. This is, and because when I released the album, I was still like 15 or 16 or something. And so it was just like me messing around. And I mean, so is the EP, but it's like messing around in a more intentional way. I don't know.
Can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration that might be behind the actual album title?
Granola Era? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That was because I was hiking with one of my good friends, Emma, and she's the one who took the photo for the cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying something like, I've been hiking a lot lately. And she said something like, yeah, you're really like in a granola era. And I was like, granola era, that's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This next song is called I'll Just Cry. Did anybody see the way she looked at me? I think I'm gonna make a move and see. Did anybody hear what she whispered in my ear? Maybe it just isn't meant to be. Oh, but the way she looks, the things she does to me, Tell me why? Oh, but the way things go, it's gonna stay the same. I'll just cry, say goodbye, bye, 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 bye. Has anybody found my head is underground? I'm only filled with thoughts and some debris. Can anybody tell? All day I sit and dwell. It's only when I talk to her that I'm free. Oh, but the way she looks, the things she does to me, makes me cry. Tell me why? Oh, but the way things go, it's gonna stay the same. I'll just cry, say goodbye, bye, 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 bye. All I really need is just a way to find some peace. All I really want is something new. Oh, and I want it soon. I want you. Oh, but the way she looks, things she does to me, makes me cry. Tell me why? Oh, but the way things go, it's gonna stay the same. I'll just cry, say goodbye, bye, 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 bye. Tell me why? I'll just cry, oh, cry.
So do you have any like inspirational tracks, maybe your favorite off the album?
Probably November 15th is my favorite.
Okay, yeah.
Just because I feel like that's definitely the most like power pop, most like ripping song. It's so
Yeah.
fun to play.
I was gonna ask you about that specific one. Is there a reason behind the date?
Yeah, there is
Okay.
actually. So I wrote that song on December 15th
Okay.
because I was waiting for my early decision application for Syracuse University
Wow.
to come back.
That's amazing.
And I was like, damn, like I really just want to hear back from them. Like I hate
Yeah.
waiting. And so I was like, that's kind of like like when you're in a relationship and it's like kind of like back and forth, whatever. I was like, I wonder what would happen if I wrote about college applications from the perspective of like a relationship.
Yeah.
As like a power pop song, like love lyrics, but like college applications. And so November 15th was the deadline to apply early decision.
Sure. What was the recording process for you like? Do you record in your own studio? Do you record somewhere else? What does that look like for you?
So the recording process looks like me in my basement, doing way too many takes of things.
Sure.
Because I can never like get something that I'm quite happy with. But I record at home, kind of in like a modest basement studio, or
Sure.
at least I used to. Now that I'm here, I don't really have a standard anymore. But at least for the EP, yeah, that was just in my basement. When I was recording drums, I would set up the drum kit, mic up the drums, do the drums, and then put everything away, and then do
Miking
guitar.
up drums takes a really long time.
Yeah, there's definitely a few days, cause we do laundry down there. My
Sure.
parents did laundry, and so there was definitely times when I would go to my dad and be like, hey, like, is it okay if I leave the drums like in the middle of everything for like a day or two, cause I don't want to mic it again, but I have to
Right.
do more drums tomorrow. And so
He was understanding.
he was
Yeah.
begrudgingly. Sometimes he'd be like, oh, okay, fine. That means I can't do laundry. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So no, but
This is
ended up
more
working out.
important.
I don't know. You gotta have clean clothes, but
Yeah, that's important to
Yeah.
have clean clothes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But also drums are important. I
Yeah.
guess. This last song I'm gonna play is called November 15th. You can find it online and wherever you listen to music, it'll be there, probably. This is November 15th.
gave you my answer. Now I'm waiting to see if you want me to be with you, or even just near you. Why's it gotta be so high in key? Oh, baby, I've been waiting since November 15th, and you've been so mean. All these maybes, it's driving me crazy. Where am I supposed to be? Won't you please accept me? I know what you're thinking, that I want you so bad. Well, you don't want none of that. I know what you're doing, making me wait all day just to turn me away. Oh, baby, I've been waiting since November 15th, and you've been so mean. All these babies, it's driving me crazy. Where am I supposed to be? Won't you please accept me? Haven't you had enough of all my precious time you've taken? Oh, just tell me that I'm in, so I can stop my crying and prep myself to send. Oh, baby, I've been waiting since November 15, and you've been so mean. All these babies, it's driving me crazy. Where am I supposed to be? Won't you please accept me? Oh.
So besides the Beatles, who would you say are like your biggest influences, or people you kind of aspire to like emulate almost in your own music?
Other than the Beatles, I would definitely say like The Who is a big one.
Sure.
The Beach Boys are big.
I love the Beach Boys.
Other than those people, like, I mean, I know that's like a lot of classics, but I also, of course, really love more modern, more contemporary stuff. Like from every decade, there's good power pop. There's Badfinger, the Raspberries in the 70s, the 80s. You got Tommy Keene, Marshall Crenshaw. Although I know he doesn't really like to be identified as power pop, so I'll leave him out of that. But I think he's really good either way for whatever he likes to call himself. Gosh, I know there's so many people in the 80s. Even like the Replacements, they just came out with these like new mixes of Replacements songs that are just so perfect.
That's
and
awesome.
and then in the 90s, like Jason Faulkner, Jellyfish, Mike Viola, although he's also really 2000s. Fountains of Wayne is a big one.
Really?
Love Fountains of Wayne. Adam Schlesinger is such a good songwriter, was such a good songwriter. Man, yeah.
Got you going.
Yeah, I know. I could talk about it all day.
There's a lot of influences,
There's so many
I'm sure.
influences.
Are you planning anything coming up, things that we can look forward to, releases, maybe performances around here?
I've got a couple of songs like ready to be released. I'm just waiting for the right time.
Sure.
And I'm in the middle of recording an album right now that hopefully will be out as soon as I finish it.
Yeah. So for my last question, what is one song that you've had on repeat this week? We are compiling a giant playlist of all of our artist picks for the end of the semester.
Gotcha.
Would love to hear your pick.
Well, okay, since I've got Syracuse, I've been trying to really get in the Syracuse spirit, and so I've been listening to a lot of the Flash Cubes. They're a power pop band from like the late 70s, early 80s that
Gotcha.
started here, and their song "It's You Tonight" is like so good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Loud and Clear this week, and thank you so much to Callan for being here with us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Darling, they should put a sticker on you with a picture of a broken education class. Darling, they should put you in a